Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Quentin and you're watching Mid-South Outdoor Life. Today's video is all about cast nets. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 cast net hacks with you that will not only make your life easier, but they will save you some money. And I suspect everyone likes to save money, so I'm going to get right to it. Before I get too far into this one, I want to go ahead and acknowledge that this is probably the nerdiest video I've ever put on this channel. But you guys asked for it. Do you remember the cast net comparison video that I uploaded some months ago, in which I asked you to comment if you wanted to see my cast net storage solutions? Well, that's what brought this whole video about. All that said, my job as a content creator is to bring you guys good content. And on that note, I want to recommend another channel to you guys that I've really been enjoying. He does hack videos, but mainly he does DIY videos that pertain to fishing. And that channel is called Fishman Stuff. I'll put it over here, or Fish and Stuff. Anyway, it's over there. He's got a really unique way of throwing his videos together. It's entertaining, it's educational, it'll save you some money. The guy's got some cool stuff. I recommend that you check it out. Now let's get going on hack number 1 on these cast nets. Hack number 1 involves how to buy a cast net and save significant amounts of money in the process. Here's what you don't want to do. Don't wait until the last minute. Why would you wait until you've torn up your only cast net, or you left it in your buddy's truck, or your buddy borrowed it and didn't return it? Don't wait until then, because if you do, I can assure you you're just going to walk into a local sporting goods store and pay full retail for something that maybe sucks. What I like to do is go on Amazon and pick out a whole bunch of different nets that I feel will suit my needs. You know, different diameters, different mesh sizes, different amounts of lead. I'll put all those in my cart and I'll just leave them there and I'll watch them on a regular basis. The reason I do that is the prices on these nets will vary wildly. And by the way, bets had nothing to do with this video. They didn't sponsor it in any way. It's just an example. I'll get to that in a second. But cast nets vary wildly in price on Amazon. They're generally cheaper than any store that you're going to walk into. But what I found is if I'll just leave them in my cart, these things can have like a 10 to 20, 30, 40% fluctuation in price in as little as 30 days or 6 months. That can really add up. This net, for example, in a store, you're probably going to pay close to $80 for this net. On Amazon, it's typically going to be in the low 70s. But I caught this one for $50. So what did I do? I picked up 2 of them. In terms of percentages and discounts, that's a huge savings. So yeah, go on Amazon, do some shopping, put a bunch of them in your cart, and just make it a general practice of checking on those on a daily or bi-daily basis. You know, kind of like your email or Facebook or whatever. Just check on them, and I bet you'll see huge fluctuations in the cast nets. It's kind of like the stock market, and money saved is money earned. Tip number 2 is about prolonging the life of your cast net by repairing it at home rather than just buying a new one. I mean, it's inevitable that you're going to put some holes in your cast net when you're using it, and when you get home and it comes time to start looking for those holes, a closed or wadded up cast net can be a real nightmare when it comes time to find those holes. So here's what I like to do. I start by putting a tarp in the floor. Now you could do this outside in the yard, but the tarp is important. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, that blue is a really nice contrasting color to this mono. I suppose the green of your grass also would be, but the grass is going to get in the way of you tying your knots, you're going to get all dirty, it's a pain. But if you get in your garage and throw down a tarp of any high contrasting color, you know, whether it be blue or red or black, something that's high contrasting, then all you've got to do is spread the net out onto the tarp and you'll easily be able to spot those holes. Now, rather than spreading it out by hand, I just like to give it a quick toss because that's going to open it most of the way. It's going to slide across the concrete, but it'll open it the most of the way, and in just a couple seconds I can have it fully stretched out, locate the holes, get them repaired, and get back to fishing. So now I can just kind of neaten the net up. I can get right down here and easily spot the holes and get them repaired and get back to fishing. Hack number 3 is the part that you guys requested, and it's all about cast net storage and transport. Let me start by telling you why you should give that some extra consideration. You see, one of the number 1 enemies of a cast net or the life of a cast net is actually just light. Not only sunlight, but many types of indoor lighting can completely break down and degrade the quality of the mono that the net itself and your braille lines are made out of. That'll drastically reduce the lifespan of your net, and in the end cost you money. So if you can come up with something that protects the net from the light, you're money ahead. Additionally, when you're transporting the net, if you just throw it in the boat or the truck, it's likely to get caught on things and tear holes in it, and it's just not the way to go. So let me show you what I came up with that's worked out really well for me. Now at first glance, you're gonna look at these and say, hey dummy, those are just buckets. No. These are high-tech Tupperware for cast nets. Let me tell you why. Step number one is you need to go down to your local Lowe's home improvement store. Now it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because there's going to be lots of highly trained employees just crowding you, flogging you, eager to help you. But you're just going to have to push your way through the crowd and just make your way back to the paint section, because that's where you're going to find the key to this storage solution. And that key is this. This is a gamma lid. I'm going to put up some pictures over here on the side of the screen. You can find these at places other than Lowe's. You can buy them online. You can buy a similar version at Home Depot, but I just go to Lowe's. These are like $7.50. You see this top part here is actually a separate piece from the lid. It comes with the lid, but this ring right here is something that you'll have to pound onto the bucket. I start mine out just kind of pushing it on there, and then I turn the bucket upside down and slam it down on the concrete. It's pretty difficult to put on, but that's partially because it's a nice tight fit, but there's also a rubber seal in there, and then the lid itself has a rubber seal in it. Now you don't necessarily need this thing to be airtight, but you do want it protected from the light. You do want it to be something that protects the net itself from getting hung up on objects in your truck or your boat. But what makes this lid different than the I guess you would call it a clamp-on style, or the type that you would hammer on with a mallet and then you can pry the little tabs up, is, for one thing, this is going to last forever. Those other types, the tabs can break. They can be really cumbersome to use. This is easy, nothing to it. And additionally, this makes the bucket a lot stronger in every which way, which makes it a great seat. If you have to turn the bucket upside down, that works as a seat, but it's smaller. The bottom is smaller than the top is, and the bucket doesn't have the same strength as when it's sealed top and bottom. So you can use it as a fishing seat. It protects your net from sharp objects. It protects your net from sunlight. Once you have dried your net out, if you choose to take the time to do that, and you store it in here, it's going to keep it nice and dry. And also, it's just going to help you to organize your boat or your shop or garage, wherever you keep your fishing stuff. It's just a great storage solution. It doesn't cost you much. They work with any bucket. It's called the Gamma Lid. They're like $7.50. I think they're a great way to go. You guys requested the video. I brought it to you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you next time.
This production was brought to you by Battery Outfitters, powering everything from lawn tractors and sports cars to RVs and forklifts. With locations all over the Mid-South, they are your neighborhood battery store.